bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
And welcome back, everybody. A local Junkanoo enthusiast has embarked on a new venture that will actually promote the popular festival here at home and also abroad. Let's go to Joan Davis Roll for that.
For decades, the rhythmic sounds of Junkanoo has been the pulse of this country's leading cultural art form, wooing the hearts of residents and visitors alike. But now a veteran Junkanooer is taking this festival to another level by turning it into a business. Resident Joe Clark is following his passion. His love for Junkanoo has inspired him to become an entrepreneur.
Been on my mind for a long time, you know. I was doing Junkanoo from the age of 9, 10 years old. So I decided to, put some kind of effort to open a store so I could make some money off it, because Junkanoo is really a business now. And if you have the right product, you can sell yourself.
Clark has created a Junkanoo business in the newly redeveloped downtown vegetable and fruit market. It features most things associated with the festival, from headpieces to specially designed t-shirts, a Joe Clark original. This way, he says, tourists will be able to take a piece of Bahamian culture back home.
You can't take big, huge pieces out. So my input is to make small, miniature pieces so that they can tote them with them back and forth to the States how they feel, like the Junkanoo had small ones, and I got some other souvenirs like in the mine. It's not out yet, but it's in the mine. It takes a long time to get this thing working out because it costs a lot. Materials a lot of money, and then your idea says so you have to sit back and think what you're going to do.
He had this advice for other Bahamians looking to spread their wings in their own way by making an investment in this country.
You get your heads together, you young guys, and try to do something for yourself. If you're not working, make something work, because you're creative with your hands. Do something. You have to start from somewhere. Like right now, I start from nothing, and I'm building up, because every day I go home and I try to do something. I step out the box. I try to collect hats and different stuff like Junkanoo hats, like the baseball caps and stuff like that, But you have to be creative.
Response so far?
Well, it's good because I'm selling stuff, I'm making a couple of dollars. Not to brag about it, but you don't make your business money in a week or a month. It takes you a couple of years to really accumulate some money out of this. Because Junkanoo is a big, wide, open field, you know what I mean? Just get yourself together and do it, man. You can do it, because I'm doing it, It's possible.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, the countdown is on to a big food festival here in Grand Bahama. Will it feature dishes from around the world? Yes, it will. In the spirit of love and unity, Megan Shepard fills us in.
He is a native of the Grand Bahama soil, but now lives in Orlando, Florida. He will return to the island this July 30th to give back to the community through an international global food fest.
Dr. Deron Hepburn, Bishop of Jump Ministries and organizer of the Global Food Fest, says the event will be filled with fun, entertainment, good food, and giveaways.
We're bringing 10 different nations of food for the island absolutely free. So we want to feed from East End to West End. We have 2 vehicles as door prizes, trip to Orlando, flat screen TV, a shopping spree, and Disney tickets.
Dr. Hepburn says he is hoping to inject an economic boost in the community. He describes an encounter recently which cemented his decision to bring the food fest to Grand Bahama.
I met a young man, 18 on yesterday, and he was just hanging out at the church. So I asked him, why are you hanging out? He was saying at home, no light and no water. And I was mentioning it to the local bishop, and he said a lot of that is happening on the island. So I believe it's a timely time. I believe it's a time where we could really help the island of the Bahamas and bring tourism to the country.
Various national and local artists are expected to perform during the event. Administrator Shandanika Hepburn.
We do have a fashion show, Elect Models. They're coming from the U.S. and we have also incorporated some Bahamian models. So they're training with our group from the U.S. We also have J.J. Harrison. He's world-renowned, coming for us to be our featured artist. We do have a kids section. In the kids section we have about 3 bounce houses, face painting, balloon artists, characters that's going to be available, activities just alone for the kids.
The Global Food Fest will be right here on the Independence Park, and it's free of charge. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Well, some 40-plus residents challenged with cataracts are receiving the gift of sight. Well, the goodwill gesture is spearheaded by a medical team headed by Dr. Durand Ash. Let's go to Italia Hall.
Dr. Ash of Ash Eye Institute and her colleagues are passionate about helping to restore the vision of Bahamians affected by cataracts. Cataracts clouds the natural eye lens and impairs the vision of persons over the age of 40. Ash has teamed up with Dr. Jeff Rothgard from the U.S. for the third time to help restore the sight of those affected by cataracts. Dr. Ash implores persons to take advantage of this.
This program, like Dr. Jeff said, has been years and years in the making, and it's definitely all God who has brought it to fruition and continues to have it grow and grow from strength to strength.
Dr. Rothgard explained the surgery process.
We specialize in cataract surgery with small incision, and we put in a special lens implant, and we do our best to give people vision better than they even had way before, years and years ago. And nothing makes us happier than restoring vision for people who can't see.
The patients from this year shared their experience and encouraged others to not pass up the opportunity to have their sight restored.
Before I went in there, I told Dr. Ash I could tell her the time on the clock, and I couldn't do that before. I have my watch, and I couldn't tell the time on my watch.
It was so brilliant and great. I'll tell anybody who wants to try it, any unbeliever, come, try it, and when you leave, you'll be a believer.
They say the prayers before the operation, and they give God the glory. So I can assure you, don't be afraid to have your friends or your brothers or sisters come in.
Nurse Ingrid Monker shared some stories from patients.
A gentleman told me from Abaco he could hear the people stealing his stuff, but he can't see them. Right? Another lady told me she was a prisoner in her house. She didn't go anywhere.
Nurse Audrey Lightwan became emotional while she noted how important this program is to the community.
Cataract surgery is a very costly surgery. And so when you see clients can come and have a cataract surgery for less than 1/10 of what they would pay if they were to go into the private sector.
For more information, you can call Ash Eye Institute in Freeport, Nassau, and Oskill Medical Center in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And now we're going to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. Today I will wrap up the discussion on heat stroke, a serious health risk during the summer months. As you know, anyone can develop a heat stroke, but some persons are at a greater risk of suffering from this dangerous condition. Some factors that can increase your risk include age. The very young and the very old are vulnerable to temperature-related injury. Exertion in hot weather, like playing sports or doing manual labor, can greatly increase the risk of heat stroke as well. Other factors such as sudden exposure to hot weather, certain medical conditions, for example, heart or lung disease, a lack of air conditioning, some medications, like those used to control blood pressure, might also increase your risk. If any of these risk factors I mentioned apply to you, take all the precautions you can to avoid heat stroke, including finding an area to cool off for a few hours, like a public library, shopping mall, or a movie theater. Drink plenty of water to stay hydrated, and avoid exerting yourself in the heat. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
And don't forget to check out our store and the Spank Band of the second annual Secret Homecoming, as all set for Friday, July 29th through the 31st. Make sure you guys do check it out. When we come back, we're going to take it into sports. Don't go away.